Josh, have you come up with anything yet?
Yeah,
Gonna work out?
59,
63.
yeah.
That's the answer, $59.63. Everybody's good with that? Everybody got this? Here we go. We're about to embark upon a journey which you will never forget. Write this down. Multiplication word problems generally fit into this pattern. Here is the pattern that would be good for you to have written down. The pattern is, as best we can write it, looks like this. The number of groups times the number in each group equals the total. That is the basic pattern that you will find with multiplication word problems. Now, it might be of some benefit to us if we actually abbreviated this a little bit. And I don't know the best way to do that. Number of groups times the number in each group equals the total. And in any story problem, they are going to give you two of those three different things. Okay, if you're given the first two here, you just multiply, you get that. If you're given one of these two, it's going to be a division sort of problem. But let's write one down. In the auditorium, chairs were arranged in rows with 15 chairs in each row. So here, write this down. There are 15 chairs in each row. Chairs in each row. There are 300, did I get that right? There are 360 total chairs. How many rows do you have? And you may or may not be able to figure that out without going into this long dissertation that I'm going to give you. But here's your first thing. First of all, we have this little pattern up here. And it says number of groups times number in group equals total. And the key word, I suppose, is this word groups. Well, nowhere in anything have I written down have I written the word groups. Here is where the 7th grade intellect takes over. We have a lot of words that stand for groups in our language. For example, a classroom is a group of students. There might be a bunch of marbles in a bag. There's a group of marbles in a bag. Or there's a team. A team is a group of players. Okay, on a bus there's a group of riders. Okay, which word of all these things here stands for a group of something? Now let's look at, here's your English lesson for the day. Let's look at all the possible nouns. We've got chairs as a noun. We've got row as a noun. We've got chairs as a noun. We've got rows as a noun. Which is it, chairs or rows? Which one stands for a group of something? Is a chair a group of something, or is a row a group of something? It's a tough question. Emma Kunacek. Huh? A row is a group of chairs. So there is our, instead of groups we use row. The number of rows, I can't write over there, number of rows times the number in each row is going to give you the total. And then we just need to plug in the blanks there. And again, it won't be this long on your homework because you won't sit down and write down each and every little thing that I am, but you will kind of get the gist of the pattern there. So, how many rows do I have? Anybody? Colton, shoot, how many rows do I have? You see I don't know? You're correct, I don't know, because that's what I asked. How many rows? So this is your, actually we probably should have used the letter R for rows. Let's do that. because in math we like to be commonsensical. We don't know how many rows, but we do know how many are in each row, Sam, which is 15, and that is a total number of how many chairs? 360. So this is our pattern, this is our equation, we just need to solve that. Generally speaking, when we write this out mathematically, it would look like this. 15 times r equals 360. 15 times what number is 360? When you just do the division, how many times does 15 go into 360?
24.
24 times. And 24 is how many rows there are. I'm sure you are incredibly ecstatic about that. Oh, yes. No, no, no.
Yes.
One more story problem here. Let's see what happens here. How about this one? Bob sorted 375 quarters. Bob sorted 375 quarters into, as I know a roll of quarters is how many quarters? 40. Into rolls of 40. Because how many 40 quarters is how many dollars? $10. Nickels, by the way, get sorted into what? How many nickels in a row? I believe it's 50, isn't it? No, there's 50 pennies in a row. Here's like 40 nickels. None of you care. Alright, how many rolls can he fill? Who can he fill? Boy, I did the same thing twice. I keep wanting to write P-H-I-L-L. So there again, looking for the pattern there, which word in there stands for groups? It's either quarters or it is rolls. Is a quarter a group of something? Actually it is. Or is rolls a group of something? Which one is which? Ashley says roll is a group of quarters. So you have the number of rolls times the number in each roll gives you the total. And we stick the stuff in here. How many rolls do we have? We don't know. How many are in each roll? 40. And how many do we have total? 375. Now here is where people always kind of seem to get really confused. If I do the division here, which is what I have to do, because 40 times what number is 375? I divide by 40. I divide by 40. Well, maybe we haven't done that before, have we?
Yeah, last year.
Okay.
Yeah, did it.
You do what? 40 times what is 375? Well, it's not exact, is it, Mackenzie? How many times do you suppose 40 goes into 375? Gosh, here's, by the way, if you don't know, here's your good guess. Take 4 into 37. How many times 4 goes into 37 about? What's that?
Yeah.
4 goes into 37, not 40. 4 into 37.
8.
8 is 32, might be a little. 9. 40 times 9 is 360, and I end up with 15 left over. Now what is the question, pray tell, Morgan, that was asked of me? What question was I asked?
Oh, how many rolls can he fill?
So if I get 9 with a remainder of 15, or 9 with 15 as a fraction, what is my answer, Morgan?
9 full rolls.
Exactly. Because you know, he asked how many full rolls he could have. You just write the number 9. You don't put 9 in 3/8 because 3/8 is not a full roll. It's just 9. Is everybody relatively excited about that? Now, take a look up here. Just one more thing to write down here. This comes straight out of the book here. Oh no, forget it. Skipping that. Moving on. Nope, that is going to be the end of it. Sorry.